What's up guys, it's Shona and today we are in Elmina. Well, now they call it City of Elmina already, and we're going to check out their latest launch called Elmina Green 7. Wow! Every time we are here, it just reminds me of how long we have been doing this, and roughly it's around 5 years already. We are documenting the progress of this township, and I still remember the last video we were talking about the lack of schools, the lack of commercial activities, the uncertainty of Dash Highway whether it can complete or not. So we're going to resolve all that today. Let's go check it out. Just for coordination, this will be the entire township of City of Elmina, and it's basically divided into several product ranges. So you have the Elmina Valley, which is one of the first. Then you have the Elmina Gardens. Then Elmina Green is on the northern side of the entire township. And it used to be dominated by pure residential products. Now commercials are coming up, industrials are coming up. Very exciting. So that will be the main lake that became one of the signature public area for the people surrounding here. Now there's an internal road connecting that to the northern side of the township, and this will be the location of Elmina Green 7. And this will be the site plan for Elmina Green 7. In total of 316 units. So this is an individual title project, and we can see the main entrance will be via this route on the top, where it's next to multi-purpose hall, kindergarten, and also a primary school. That's exciting. And when you come in, then you have this series of roundabouts before you hit to a garden space here. And you can see all houses are having north-south facing. Not one master bedroom is actually facing the east or west, so that's very good. And there's no units at the dead end or junction, so that's also very good. And the thing is this, they have done this so many times, right? From EG1 to EG7. For this precinct, right, they have completed around 80% of land already, so there's going to be another maybe few more phases left only. They somewhat have perfected the layout across time. And these are the products that also went through MCO. Therefore, people realize the importance of space within the house itself. That's why this is one of the very first phase that comes with 24 feet for Elmina Green series. And for an individual title project, they are able to give 3 A, B, C different parks across the development. That's very good. And the sizes for all of them are actually not small. Wow, and it also comes with the amenities. Then for the floor plan types, right, it's divided into type 3 and type 4 over there. And for type 3, it's actually 4 bedroom and 4 bathroom. And looking at the intermediate types, 24 by 80, 2363 square feet. When you go in via the terrace, you will have the living and dining, kitchen and bedroom splitting at the center. You have a shared bathroom at the end, but what's very apparent here, it's they purposefully leave a land behind. Usually they will just extend it all the way, but this route is different. That's why it's 80 feet, right? Then going up to the family areas, I still remember the previous type, right? They have a void here, so this area do not exist. But then they want to maximize more space within the house itself, having 2 bedrooms at the back with ensuite bathrooms and the principal bedroom along with the principal bath at the front. Compared to type 3, this is actually type 4, and it's more bedrooms, 4 plus 1 bedroom, and it's 5 bathrooms. So the main difference then will be within the intermediate unit, there's another bedroom downstairs. In case there's not enough rooms, this would be ideal. And just like the earlier phases, this is a mock-up to really illustrate what will be given, and they truly understand all the pain points from the earlier phases already. Therefore, they only provide what is really required, so the owners don't really need to do it themselves or to fork out money after the VP to do it themselves. So all these can be included into the loan. You have the terrace ramp within the living room as well. So this will be their signature series, and all materials from the handrail to the nosing treatments of the staircase, then glass louvers, alarm systems, switches and sockets, all are actually specified very clearly. And all this while, I've also been a super fan on this approach where they just spell out the entire list of materials that they're going to be providing. So like for Elmina Green 7, there's this thing called a Fittings Plus where they're giving you extra stuff like outdoor water filter, metal grill, aircon, power points and piping, booster pumps and instant water heaters. So if they are not providing, right, ultimately I will need to do myself also as a house owner. So now they actually just built in everything during construction. It's going to be way easier. However, as usual, so they don't have show units. What we're going to do now is we're going to ask for an earlier phase product. So I heard EG5 is completed. So let's go and check out one of the owner's unit. That somewhat allows us to gauge a little bit on what we're going to get for EG7. But I'm very curious to see the commercial areas, which is right in front of me. So right opposite the sales gallery, we have Temu, this brand new commercial area, or you call it shop offices, that has been completed, and now the tenants are pretty exciting. We are now at the back and you have Rich Miyamo coffee, you have satay place, you have barber shops, you have eyewear, you have car detailing shops, you have chicken rice, yay. Then you have Adobes, you will have mamas, you will have schools or kindergarten, that one, not too sure. And at the front, this will be the more exciting row where you have Tea Life pharmacies, Coffee Bean, Family Mart, E-Mart, clinics. And now residents don't have to really go to Kampong Subang or go to Denai Alam to settle their needs already, because I think Ken Tengju just like settled the minor needs. So now, where's the mall? So we are now right in front of the shop and the area for circulation is very big. This zone, I think one side taken up already, and this is going to be a very exciting pathway to go into the center. And just to indicate how in demand commercial activities are, right after handover, you have like so many shops open almost instantly. Pretty rare, but I think the people have been craving for so long already. Now, we are right in front of the iconic bridge that welcomes you into the township. So opposite Elmina Valleys, this will be the brand new mall. So this will be Elmina Lakeside Mall. In total, there will be 200,000 square feet of retail space, and it's going to be opening next year, which is 2024 Q2. And now they have all the main tenants ready, as they were telling me. They will have Starbucks lah, Inside Scoop lah, Jaya Grocer lah, Harvey Norman and etc. Kenny Hill is also here. So it's very, very exciting. And combo this along with all the conventional shop offices, then it's going to be a very wholesome commercial experience for the residents already. But before going into the Lakeside Mall, this part is actually called the Urban Park. So it's an integration from park to mall. You can see that there are some features being done, and this will be the main water area. And looking at the architectural language so far, very exciting. And isn't it crazy, like last time when we came for the earlier launches, the lack of commercial space has always been the main complaint. Hey, where to eat chicken rice lah, where to buy bubble tea lah. Now, almost there already. And something very important after commercial activities, because Elmina has always been a favorite location for young families because it's landed to raise families. But where are the kids going to go to school? And it has been a pressing matter for a while already. So we are right in front of SJKC region Elmina. So if you look into a drone shot, all earthworks inside are done already, and I guess it's only lacking the opening ceremony, get some YV to come and cut ribbons, then they will start work. This is somewhat proposed to be the education hub, and if you look around, a lot of land has been cleared. Clearly, they are a platform for other schools, so like international school maybe. There's also a Sekolah Kebangsaan Denai Alam somewhere around Denai Alam, and those are the schools available within this region. And something to highlight around here, right? This is a demonstration of their town planning ability along with their execution ability, with their financial ability as well. You look around this area, nothing has been done yet, but infrastructure is complete. Which means the roads, the drains, the street lamps, sidewalks, everything are all completed before even doing land clearance, before even deciding what to be done. Once again, not many developers has the ability to perform such actions. This developer is one of them. And now we are in Elmina Green 5. We have checked out this site before. Now this is an advanced unit, a unit that contractors and developers built in advance just to check out everything is in order, to really visualize and check every single joint to make sure qualities are met. And we're going to use this to somewhat guesstimate and have a clearer picture on what's going to be provided for EG7. So this has the same size of 24 feet, just that not as long, because in EG7 there's extra 12 feet land behind the house, so that is the selling point for that. Let's go check it out first lah. Because this is a corner lot, right? Only corner lots has folding doors like this. Going in, they have their signature ramp into the space. Here you can also see the demonstration of that columnless car porch that they made famous a few projects ago. So this is where they really have more space for cars. Even when your children run around, right, it's going to be way safer. You don't have to langgar tiang. And this will be somewhat similar language that they will be applying to the facade as well. So you will have your water points around. And this will be the flooring materials, filtration system as well. So this is a ramp going in to the apron, going into the unit. So it's very gentle for everybody. Then the materials of vent blocks, the materials of the windows, the materials of the facade walls, everything is specified within the sales gallery. So that provides a lot of confidence in buyers, especially when you buy landed properties, right? It's more than just space, because there's nothing fancy about double-story terrace anymore. It's more to details, more to specification. All these are confirmed before even selling. But I just wish that the lines of the tiles could be aligned. So for this project, EG5, in total there were 260 units launched and it was instantly sold out. And the price they were selling at is around 850,000. EG6 is going for 950 and for EG7 is going for 1.03 million. So you can see there's a huge jump in terms of pricing for projects right after the lockdown. In other words, right, it's like saying for projects that you guys bought before MCO, all kind of made money already, because it just costs way more to build the exact same thing at the same site. Anyway, this unit is not an exact representation of what you will get from EG7, so this is just to feel workmanship, feel the dimensions and spaces, feel the build quality and specifications. Okay, so this is what you will see when the house is 24 feet. Because this is a corner unit, right, you have openings at the side that do not really reflect into an intermediate unit for Elmina Green 7. So just imagine if all these are enclosed, this will be the exact feeling that you get, which is crazy spacious. As the team also done layouts of a terrace house for so many, I think gazillion times already. This is one of their attempt in trying to have some fun with the layout by providing a void for the dining space. So suddenly the connections between family members across different levels are also established. But in EG7, they decided to provide more build-up instead, which they will just put a slab through. So now there will be a family hall instead of a void. And for EG7, you won't have this crazy ceiling of 3.7 meters anymore. I think it will be way lower because there will be a slab through, so they will need to be in the same floor for better efficiency. Look at the kitchen, this is then pretty similar, but the bedroom and the kitchen actually split 24 feet in half. So the wall-to-wall width here is 2.84 meters, and you have 5 feet wall tiles. The only setback to kitchen layout like this, right, is the very high cost of kitchen cabinetry. You have an island going up to a top and bottom cabinet all the way, your fridge will be here. And you also provide different floorings for the living and the kitchen space. At the end then will be the shared bathroom between the guest and the bedroom user downstairs. The bathroom is just crazy huge, and my favorite of all, in order to save space, they give sliding doors like this. And for the ease of moving around, the ease of mobility for everybody, they include a ramp just in case there's a wheelchair user around the house. And that explains this 950mm clearance door here, because a person that is trying to help himself or herself, right, they would require a lot of space. So this is also demonstrated within the scale of the bathroom. So you have basin by Premtec, WC by Premtec, Jovin, water heater, full height wall tiles. Next to that, this will then be the ground floor bedroom. Another difference between EG7 and this one, just imagine after this line there will be another 12 feet of land behind. The reasoning behind is after MCO, after the lockdown, a lot of people realize that it's good to have more lands around the house, especially when you cannot leave the house. And just when I thought like living in a landed house is already bigger than living in a condo lah. Apparently they want more, they don't only want internal space, they also want external space. Coming out there, you will have a storage space right underneath the staircase. Clearance is around 1.2 meters. You have steel and timber handrails, timber staircase. Going up, you will have timber floorings all the way. At EG7 then, if we were to slab this up, so now your family hall will be a mega big one, and that connects to also 2 bedrooms here. But the main thing to highlight here will be the amount of opening is going to not be like this, because this is a corner unit. Well, unless you also buy the corner unit for EG7 lah, so different lah. Both of them will have their own ensuite bathroom, very similar, and you will have more distance between the neighbors behind for EG7. Okay, the rest I think pretty much is going to be similar. And going into this is a crazy scale. Wow! Here you can really feel the width entirely of 24 feet, and this 24 feet includes the principal bathroom as well. And this wall-to-wall width right now that we see is 5.1 meters. And check out the span of the window. So if it's an intermediate unit, this would be exactly the opening for it. And wow, you can only imagine how bright the bedroom will be. And you can put your king size bed here, it's still going to look so small, like half the space only. You still have so much space left. But in this layout, I don't like this little king here, because this entrance then becomes very narrow, and it does not justify this space at all. Then this will be the wardrobe space going in principal bathroom. So you have Premtec basin, Premtec WC, bidet, tissue holder, water heater, rain shower, window for ventilation, and this amazing mirror. Then you have full height wall tiles, a very complete bathroom. Just that this one a little bit playful here, this treatment here. Well, no harm having experiments, right? And also something to highlight, the height of the switches are also very friendly, everybody can access to. So this is the exact build that you have within your carport area. This is the concrete, the RC beams, and this will be the center portion where, in order to reduce weight, when they just have a metal roof over. So the common issue with leaking is that a lot of you guys actually send me emails for. They are addressing it using different materials for the end finishes. So last time the entire layer will be skim coating, but then when water drips over, skim coat has higher tendency to absorb moisture, therefore it just falls off. But now they are changing that into plaster material. So it's going to be just like your external wall finishes, right? So it kind of repels water way more at the perimeter. Then only you have skim coat in the middle portion of your roof. And then for the leaking problem at the principal bedroom and the bathroom area, right? I've also highlighted to the team, and they tell me that this round, for every single unit, the supplier is required to sign off and verify the workmanship before handing over. Last time there weren't this procedure, but now they put that in place to ensure everybody gets a better house. Very nice, very, very nice. So right after connectivity, right after residential, right after commercial, school, nature, then we also need place for leisures, right? Where the kids is going to just drain their energy. And the team actually leverage on whatever that's given at site and just enhance on it. So we are now in Elmina Wildlife Park. So it's right opposite Ilham 1 their very first stratified landed property, so congrats to them. The densities of trees are just insane. Borderline, it really looks like a movie scene. Besides that, we also have the urban park that comes out right in front of Lakeside Mall. Then in plan, there's also a new bicycle pathway that is currently in construction. On top of that, you have the existing park that is really beautiful. And just to think about it, right, when the mall is up, when the school is up, technically you don't have to come out from Elmina anymore. And that's like the objective for the team all this while. But what's beyond that, that's also very interesting, right? So now you have everything already. You have all those components, and in terms of residential also, they have ranges to products. They have the Elmina Valley, so then you have the Elmina Green that is slightly further away. Then you have bigger size one like the 8th. Then the new RSKU is actually completing soon. You also have upcoming projects that is a bit more luxurious, a bit more land. You also have the Elmina City Center, where it's going to be the business hub for this location, because right after industrial, right, you can see, okay, the demand is there for commercial purposes. People actually do want to do business here. Is there going to be demand for offices? Don't know, but it's only going to be a matter of time when that happens. So I guess that's all for this round. What an amazing progress since the last time we came. Well, let's find somewhere a bit more shade, right? And let's do the Sean Steak 3 on 3. So what a difference compared to the previous trips that we have. No place to eat. Right now you have a very nice cafe to chill and actually close the vlog. Progress, right? But anyway, for the 3 things I really like, number 1 would be the developer that has such a track record and reputation and execution ability, and yet having the attention to details. It's so amazing, right? I still remember the days when this township was announced, like Elmina. Where is it? Along Guthrie Highway. They will be there. Everything was just in planning. And I still remember vividly, no one was really convinced back then. They're looking at Denai Alam, is this going to be translated into the same thing? But look at the progress of where we are today. We are at iherng 3, that is selling really well. We are at the 8th, the Semi-D. We are at EG7 already, Elmina Green 7. Last time was Elmina Green 1. This really shows the commitment of the team. This really shows the responsibility of the developer to really deliver what was promised. As easier said than done, right? The amount of financing or the amount of money or capital required to pull such a thing off, it's incredibly high. Therefore, not many developers can pull off such a move, but for this developer, they are actually pulling off a few townships all together in one go. So, and although they have different townships, right, they are able to have separate teams designated to the particular location, then execute the place-making abilities. So that's point number 2. The place-making ability for every township is very different. Elmina itself is very prominent because they have the forest reserve and they are leveraging on it a lot. So if you look into the very first lake, then you have the iconic bridge, then you have the rainbow frames, and this is usually where they host all their year-end parties or whatsoever, and that's how Elmina kind of grew. But what a lot of people don't see is also the park. Where the urban park is coming out, we kind of have a glimpse of the wildlife reserve that is amazing. And piece by piece, from Temu, which is this brand new commercial area, to the mall that is upcoming, to the schools that's under construction, piece by piece, they are executing everything in accordance to plan, seriously making Elmina a great place to live in. So when all of these are completed, right, seriously, residents do not need to leave Elmina anymore. So there might also be a possibility that people will come into Elmina to work instead. So that's like the next level maturity for a township. Wow, when that happens, it's going to be so exciting. Then the third thing I like on a product level is that buyers have absolute certainty on what to expect for their products. So if you look into the product specs, everything is done up really nicely. All are spelled out, all are specified to the extent of the model, color, size, dimension. And this is also done with the feedback in mind from the previous buyers. And it's also because they have done the layout of a landed terrace house for so many times already, right? They are able to have fun with it. Sometimes have void, sometimes don't have void. Buyers actually tell them that they actually appreciate more within their house. Then suddenly it became a flexibility thing. Ultimately now, right, because of them having this township, this canvas, they are able to provide this catalogue of products. If you want more spacious, go for the 8th, the semi-D. If you want stratified living, go for iherng 3. If you want something that has more value for money, go for EG7. But one thing's for sure though, if you look into the earlier phases when everyone was not very convinced of the maturity of this township, you compare the prices of then versus now. Wow. For the 3 things I don't like, I think the education portion is lacking right now because after the school is up, when is it ready to be run? They don't have international school yet. Well, the Tenai Alam school is almost ready, so you have a SK, you have a SJK, then secondary school not yet. So this is the education side of things after they settle leisure, living, commercial and the nature portion of the township, right? So I think these softwares are the toughest part when you really want to get in business into the area. Well, at least the structures are there. Then the second thing I don't like, sudden escalation of price. When you look into EG5 to EG7, right? If you compare the pricing, EG5 was around 850, now it's around $1 million already. So when you compare prices of the earlier phases, yes, congratulations first phase buyers, you guys made money already in terms of capital appreciation. So is this the cap already? If you ask me, is this expensive? If you look into the track records, then you will think it's expensive. But if you look into the current situation of the township, on all the milestones they have achieved, for all the infrastructure that they have built to complement the living standards, then it's entirely up to you. But the thing is, the take-up rate is still very fast, it's still very high. Because if it's for me, this is the moment where I'll be thinking about high-rise already. That comes in at about 400 over thousand, 500,000 to kind of add in more population already, so that further complements the township. And this is really when the development starts to make money to build population, then to fill up the city center where you have more commercial living. But the weird thing about price point is whenever you ask somebody expensive or not, right, it will forever be expensive. Last time no dash highway, people also buy 600,000 months. So now with dash highway, with school, with mall, with lake, with parks, and with all that, right, now selling for 900 over thousand, 1 million, is it expensive? Up to you. And the last thing will be the things that really the developer cannot change, right? For example, that this township is really in the flight path for locals and international flights apparently, so you will always hear aeroplane sound here and there. The second thing would be about the turning for the brand new dash highway. So last time it was not complete, people all complained, right? So now completed already. Apparently there's this shortage of a left turn directly into the highway, so it was not as expected. Also the toll price is kind of high, but now you directly get access to Mutiara Damansara, Mont Kiara straight away. That will change a lot of things if you are working in those locations. Then the other thing is also there's no public transport here. There are buses, but if you talk about LRT, KTMs and all, then I don't think so the infrastructure will extend all the way to this direction. So those are the hard facts that a resident must accept, because these are just beyond the scope of the developer. You complain also no use one. And I guess that's all for now. From a person who have documented the first phase until now across 5 years, I am very impressed because I've been in their shoes before. I know how difficult to get approval, to build, to kind of sort out and match that with the demand, then to get softwares, which is the tenants and the businesses in, then to get community in, how to retain community, how to build community, how to complement their lifestyle. All aspects are really done well. And it only took them 5 years to do all that. In the center also got lockdown some more. Wow. But to me, in terms of houses, they are still for own stay purposes, not for investment. It's just a really great place to build your family in, looking at the nature component of it, right? Oof. That's the best part about this. And I guess that's all for today. If you really like this episode, like it, share it, and even subscribe for more information like this. Until next time, this is Sean Tan. Ciao.